Shalom, shalom. This is your Sergeant Yeshaya coming out of Dallas, Texas. If you want to or willing to do the work, make sure that y'all hit that fire guy email. We're going to kick this thing going off, and we're going to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and we do so in the name of Yahawashi. Today, we'll be going over unclean foods and clean foods. This is an important topic due to the fact that our people have a lot of health complications from eating unlawful foods, right? Which is, I would have to say, a punishment from the Most High, right? The Most High told us what we can and what we cannot eat. But we're just going to go ahead and kick this thing on off, and we'll build from here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 14, and we'll start at 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, the roebuck, the deer, the wild goat, the ox. Verse 6. And every beast that parted the hoof and cleaveth the cleft unto 2 claws, and chew the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. Right. Let's go. We'll do a quick Google search to see what is chewing the cud. It refers to the act of regurgitating, where an animal regurgitates partial digested food from its stomach back into its mouth and chew it again. Right. That's important. Starting back in Deuteronomy 14, we'll start back at 7. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel and the hare and the coney, for they chew the cud, but divideth not the hoof. Therefore, they are unclean for you. Right? So all that rabbit and the camel, all of these other animals, that's actually unlawful foods, right? We go to these other places, and you might go to India or different places in the world, and you will start to see them eating these abominable foods. We are the children of Israel. We are subjected to this dietary law. We are not to eat those things, right? Verse 8. This might hurt a lot of people's feelings, right? Because we know we like that bacon, right? Those ribs, those pork chops. But let's see what the Most High say about it. This is verse 8. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean for you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, all that have fins and scales. So you have to have both fins and scales, right? No alligator, right? No shark, right? Depending on the foods, or like I said, that's coming out of the seas or the rivers, make sure that they have to have fins and scales. This is important. I'm gonna start back at 9. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, all that have fins and scales shall ye eat. And whatsoever has not fins and scales, ye may not eat. It is unclean for you. It'll also give you the birds now that you cannot eat, and what is lawful and unlawful. For time's sake, again, this is Deuteronomy 14. Y'all just make sure that y'all go back through it and make sure that y'all reread. Verse 21 is very vital. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it into the stranger. So as children of Israel, we cannot eat food that dieth of itself. Let's say if we see some roadkill on the side of the road, it is not for us to eat that food, but it is lawful for us to sell it to a stranger. And thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it to the alien, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not see if a kid in this mother's milk. Let's drop down. I got a couple of other scriptures that I want to go and revisit as well. Let's get Leviticus 11. Leviticus 11, it goes into a greater detail of the foods that we can and cannot eat. Mainly, I just read the ones that we can and cannot eat. So for time's sake, I'll just drop down to a couple of other verses just to get a further context. This is Leviticus 11, and then I'll start at I'll start at 22. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 10 because I want to stress something, how the Bible stressed it. Right? This is Leviticus 11, and I'll start at verse 9. These shall ye eat that are in the water, whatsoever has fins and scales in the water, and in the sea, in the river, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas, in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination to you. Now I know our number one fish, and we know it. Anybody that's watching this, y'all thinking the same thing. That catfish got to go. It says, in the water is an abomination unto you. Right? That's the second time he's mentioned the abomination. Now watch this. Um, they shall be even an abomination to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcass an abomination. That's the third time. Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So the Lord stressed that out 4 times. He said that it was an abomination, right? We might get a part 2 in the New Testament. What is the New Testament saying? And does the New Testament have a dietary law? We'll get into that later. Let's drop down all the way from 11. We'll start at 22. Even these of them that ye eat, the locust of its kind, and the bald locust of its kind, and the beetle after its kind, and the grasshopper after its kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. Right. So this is very important to understand that we have to be in the wilderness. What are even some of the insects that we can eat? So the Lord broke it all the way down from the foods that we can't eat and cannot eat. Now, this is important because most of the animals that we eat that is unclean for us are carnivores. They eat other food, other animals, right? Which is unhealthy for us ultimately, right? Even when you look at a lot of the foods from the seas of the river, right, that we might eat as far as that shrimp, crab, and lobster. Let's look at this from another perspective because most of these are crustaceans, right? And then they go and they clean the bottom of the seas and the rivers, and we basically take that same animal and then we ingest that, and then we become unclean. Well, not only do you become unclean, but then also it gives us the side effect, and the consequence of that is all of the things that those sea creatures or fish may take in. Now we take all of those things in as well, making it unclean for us. I'm gonna shorten this up real quick. Can food make your soul abominable? Right? Let's get that real quick. Can foods make your soul abominable according to the Bible? This is Leviticus 20, and we'll start at verse 25. It says, ye shall therefore put a difference between clean beast and unclean, and between clean fowl and clean, Salakia, between unclean fowl and clean. And ye shall not make that, you shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. So that's important to understand. We ingest these things, but now we become abominable ourselves, right? I want to get a couple of more things that is unlawful for us to eat. Can we eat foods sacrificed to idols? Let's go to Numbers 25 and 1. Let's see, was it a consequence for eating foods sacrificed to idols? This is important. Again, this is Numbers 25 and 1. And Israel bowed and Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their God. And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself to Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun. And the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judge of Israel, slay ye every one his man that were joined into Baal Peor. So there is a consequence for eating abominable foods, but also eating foods sacrificed to idols. And we can get this also in Acts. I'm going to go to 29, 15 and 29. Salakia, family. Right? Even in the New Testament, which I won't hit on as much today, but again, this might be a part two. And we'll go over what does the New Testament also say about these clean and unclean foods. This is Acts 29, 15 and 29. Salakia, family. That ye abstain from meats offered to idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, and from fornication, from which if ye keep yourselves, ye shall do well. Right? Fare ye well. So also in the New Testament, it also talks about us not eating foods sacrificed to idols. This is a no for us. Even a lot of the halal foods, that is not for us because they slaughter it in the name of their God. Right? You have to be careful of these things. Going back into that blood, right? This is another thing. Let's go into Leviticus 10 through 13. This is Leviticus 10 through 13. Again, Salakia family, 17, 10 through 13. Salakia. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or the stranger that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against the soul that eateth blood. So those bloody raw steaks, that is a no. Right? That pink meat, that is a no. Cook your burgers through, man. Right? I will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have gotten it, Salakia, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh the atonement for the soul. Right? So we are not to eat foods sacrificed to idols, and we are not to eat food with blood. Right? We can not eat foods. We have to eat food that has fins and scales when it comes to the fish, and then also when it comes to the animal, it has to be true of the cud and have a split in the hoof, not one or the other. It has to have both. Right? With that being said, I believe that might be it for me. If y'all like this video, make sure that y'all share it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the Jacksonville and also the Seattle page as well. There is one other thing that I want to get in Leviticus 11, and this is the latter end to conclude. This is Leviticus 11 and starting at 44. For I am the Lord your God, that ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping things that creep upon the earth, for I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, Salakia, to be your God. Yet shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the water, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between unclean and clean, and between the beasts that ye may eat, and the beasts that ye may not eat. Right? So the Lord is he already given us the criteria. Let's make sure that we're obedient to the Most High Yahweh. And again, this dietary law might save your life. right? If you be not stiff-necked. With that being said, again, all praises to the Most High Yahweh, and we do so in the name of Yahawashi. With that being said, shalom.